My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, you chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey, guten Morgen aus Deutschland, good morning from Germany yet again. As promised, this is the retro react to a video where Amber, of course, as she has been over the years, was clickbaiting, leaving YouTube about 3 years ago. As far as my memory goes, I think this was in 2019. So it says 3 years ago because it's not quite been 4 years ago. And so let's see what she had to say in that video. And I have to say that in today's video where she was talking about leaving YouTube, as in, you know, thinking about leaving YouTube, as in, is YouTube the reason why she's been gaining weight? I didn't see that coming because usually she does what she does in this video. And when this video is over with, you know what I'm talking about. Usually she just complains about her job, complains about the hate, and refers to her mental health and says she can no longer do it, and so she's gonna quit. Which of course is clickbait because not even 24 hours later she usually is back. So
Hey guys, so I need to talk. I'm gonna try my hardest not to edit in this video because I want it to be very like just my feelings. I have been on YouTube for almost 6 years and I truly just I can't even believe it how long it's been. There has been so many ups and downs that it's just been a wild ride. I'm sure not only for myself but for the viewers as well. I appreciate the people who have stuck around. Like, you guys are amazing. But the last few years, I have been receiving a lot of hate, and it's been very unfortunate.
Unfortunate, but self-inflicted, because if she had never lied on her channel and played with her audience and trolled them and manipulated them and all of that, she wouldn't have gotten the hate. Because there up to this day there are channels that do not get nearly as much hate as she does, and so it's all self-inflicted.
I have made my bed of mistakes, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a perfect person, obviously. I've done things that I've regretted. I have done things that might have not been the best for my channel or just me as a person.
I wish she had learned from them though and not repeated them.
I regret some things I've done, but one thing I know for sure is that people do learn from their mistakes and people do change.
She keeps saying that, but she never changes and she never learns from her mistakes. And the way we can tell is because she keeps repeating them. And then she says the same things like she does now.
And that's something that I will stand by for the rest of my life, is that people do change.
This is a future me telling you nothing changed for you.
And I know, because I am myself, I am my own person. I have lived with myself for 28 years now.
But unconsciously and without self-awareness, and that has made it easier for you. to ignore the impact you have on the world.
I still can't believe I'm 28. Like, what?
Yeah, you're 32 years old. We didn't think at the time that you would make it to 32.
I know that I have changed.
She had not changed.
I know that I have learned from my mistakes.
And she had not learned from her mistakes. And the reason I know that is because she still hasn't learned from those mistakes in the past that she's referring to now.
100%.
100% a lie.
I feel like if there wasn't all these crazy rumors about me,
Not rumors, just people documenting your lies.
and, you know, there wasn't like that hate train and that mentality to be on that hate train.
That's not it. A lot of us out here, though, have a love for the truth and for authenticity and for not being fucked with. And that reflects in reactions.
I feel like a lot of people would notice that I have changed a lot compared to how I used to be in the past.
She had gained a lot of weight since, years before.
I am more laid back now.
Absolutely not.
And I think it's a lot too because like the medicine I'm taking and like just like seeing a psychiatrist, I'm like really trying to be in tune with my emotions and like the way that I am.
And 4 years later, you still aren't.
My point is like I have learned from my mistakes.
No, you have not. And you can say it as often as you like. It still doesn't make it true.
And I'm not talking about like weight loss or diet plans or anything like that. I'm just talking about the way that I've done things in the past and whatnot.
She hadn't learned and she still hasn't.
And I have apologized for countless things that I've done in the past.
And then repeated them.
And I have forgiven myself, and it's like...
She's quick at forgiving herself.
There is a large amount of people who haven't forgiven me for things, and...
Oh, this is how life works. People, they can forgive, but they won't forget. And with you, every time you tell another lie, the old lies keep coming up. So if you actually stopped lying, maybe people wouldn't bring up your past so much. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be a victim of
She's still victim then up to this day.
this, and I'm not making excuses for myself.
Yes, you are. You just did today in the video I just reacted to.
I know that I receive hate because of the things I've done in the past.
And because of the things you did at that time. That was the time around, Shrimp Mukbang and Sausage Fest and all of that, where she was being obnoxious and telling us to, not worry about what she puts in her food, it's her life and yada yada. That was around that time when she did this.
I receive hate because some people portray me as a horrible person.
No, you're doing a pretty good job doing that yourself, and you still are 4 years later.
And it makes me question, am I a horrible person?
Yes.
I receive hate because I constantly start a diet, fail a diet, start a diet, fail a diet.
Not so much because of that, but also I know that infuriates a lot of people. But because you say you're on a diet, but you keep stuffing your face. So you're not actually on a diet, you just talk about a diet. You know how that would work, and counting calories or Weight Watchers or whatever. And you never put any actions behind it.
I receive hate because I started my channel as a weight loss channel, and it's been a weight gain channel. I receive hate because I'm fat. All of these variations are very true because I see the hate, I receive the hate, I feel the hate, I read the hate.
But you don't know why you're getting it.
A very, very large portion of it is cruel.
I gotta give her that. I mean, I've seen some comments where I thought, whoa, what is going on? Because that was, it's in 2019 in that video. And I started watching her November 2018, and then I did reactions, the first one in December 2018, and I was still reading her comment section. I was even leaving her comments, never being mean in the comments, never. But the comments that I did see, wow.
I understand disliking me and sharing that opinion wholeheartedly. I will stand by, that's totally okay. But to truly like be cruel, calling me a whale, telling me I'm disgusting, telling me that like no wonder why I in foster care because my parents couldn't even love me. No one's ever gonna love me.
Yeah, that's completely uncalled for. I don't know why people do that.
Trying to get Becky to leave me, trying to make my roommates and my friends hate me, just telling me that I probably stink, I'm disgusting, that I
Well, you actually did stink. And you do stink now.
can't sit on their furniture, that I'm ugly, that I waddle. I've had people tell me I deserve to die, that they hope I have a heart attack live. I have received so many people just telling me you are disgusting, you're a cunt, just so many things that I don't know how I handle it. I really don't know.
You stuff your feelings and you just move on, being the gluttonous, lazy, and mean bitch that you were being on your channel.
I don't know how I'm able to like keep fighting and keep uploading when
Fighting and okay, the uploading part is because you need the money because you have no way of working out here in the real world. And fighting, I don't know what you mean by that.
I'm already going through so much like mentally. I just without any of that, I have my own issues and my own like mental issues, and just seeing all of that is really hard. And as I'm filming this today, I uploaded a video of me doing my makeup and YouTube deleted it. And YouTube has made mistakes before. I'm not the only YouTuber where they've made mistakes on. And so I decided to re-upload that video because I'm doing the 100 days of uploading. So I re-uploaded that video and I was getting brutally attacked in the comments. People saying, you're only doing this for money. So one, no, I'm not only on YouTube for money. I started
Yes, she is.
YouTube because I loved YouTube.
That might be true, but you have stayed on YouTube for the money because you have no other way of making money out here.
But I do make money from YouTube. Everyone should have a job, in my opinion, unless you can't, which
Yeah, you should have one too.
completely I understand that.
If you had had a real job, you wouldn't have gotten so big.
But I'm saying everyone needs to make money some way, somehow. Unless you're like hurting someone or selling drugs, let's not do that. I'm saying everyone has to pay for the roof over their head, for electricity, you know, vet bills, hospital bills, like
Yeah, yada yada, but most of us don't do it based on lies, manipulation, deception, trolling, you know, playing with other people's feelings.
car insurance, car payment, whatever it may be. We all work to make money, you
We work, you do not.
know. And my goal for today was to upload a video, and it was of me doing my makeup. And YouTube deleted it, and that's never happened before on my
I can't quite remember what that was about, but I think she clickbaited and so many people reported it because she just put a banner in there that it was in August 2019 and it was April when she lost thousands of subscribers because of a horrible attitude towards her audience. And so I think a lot of people, and it might have just been me too, reported her for clickbaiting yet again. And so that video but I can't remember what it was about. So that video got deleted right away. Right away.
Channel. So I do what every YouTuber does. When
She changed the title and re-uploaded it, but I cannot remember specifics.
that happens, they re-upload the video. And I was getting brutally attacked, saying, everyone report this video again. Obviously, YouTube doesn't want it on the channel. I can't believe you do this just for money. You're so disgusting. What a pig, what a cow.
I don't agree with the pig and the cow, but disgusting for re-uploading. Gosh, I wish I could remember the details. But I remember reporting it too. And within minutes of her uploading it, it was taken down.
And I'm like, it'd be a little different if the video was kind of like, you know, against violations or whatever.
Violating terms of service is what you're trying to say. It was in the sense that you were clickbaiting something you shouldn't have clickbaited. Gosh, if any of you watching this video right now remembers, can you put it in the comments? I can't remember what that was about.
But I was literally just doing my makeup.
No. You were not just doing your makeup. There was something else going on in the video, but I can't remember.
That's like a very common thing that YouTubers do, is get ready with me videos.
Yeah, and you also lie. You never take responsibility for your actions. And since you don't, I really can't tell what that was about.
And that's what that was. I don't at all think that I was against YouTube violations, or their like guidelines or whatever.
It was.
So I re-uploaded the video. And people were horrible. And have you guys ever heard of the saying, the straw that broke the camel's back? I honestly currently think that this is like one of the moments. And it's like...
And as she is saying this, we already know 4 years later that she was only gone for 24 hours. So this was clickbaiting her quitting YouTube. And I knew she didn't. I did a reaction on this video right away. And I said I give her a week tops and she'll be back. And she was back the next day.
I cried a lot earlier. I was talking with Eric and I cried. I began to question my sanity, my life.
But apparently not enough for you to realize that maybe we're right out here.
I began to question myself as a person.
But never changed anything about your personality.
And I began to question my YouTube career.
And still held on to that YouTube channel, because of course at the time she was making roughly 10,000 a month, over 10,000 a month. And of course she wouldn't quit YouTube then. Why would she?
I had a moment of weakness, which I don't like being weak.
But you are. You're a very weak person. No backbone at all.
I like to try to be as strong as I can.
What are you talking about? You never pushed yourself, not then and not now.
I had a moment of weakness where I told myself, I don't think I could do this anymore. I don't think I can live anymore. I don't think I could.
See, with the suicide ideation, she tried everything.
I almost felt like, what's the point of me living? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just so overwhelmed.
But most likely because you had gained so much weight at the time. You know? And she's trying to blame us for feeling bad.
By the amount of just like horrible things said to me. And I hate calling it cyberbullying because I feel like it's so like cliche. Like everyone says like cyberbullying's so bad, but it's like the truth, and I hate to be the one to like talk about it.
No, you don't hate talking about it because you frequently talk about it, even 4 years later in almost every one of your vlogs.
Because I feel like no matter what I do, no matter what I say, it's used against me.
Because you are a mean person, you know? You say horrific things, you do horrific things, and then you either don't own up to them or you deny them. You know, not taking responsibility, not being accountable for your actions and words.
And people call me a victim,
That is still correct up to this day.
and that's not what I want in this video. I don't want to be like a victim. I don't know how to convey that I'm finally hurt.
Okay, took her a whole lot. I mean, she hurt the audience for years on end. And when they, I mean, I don't agree with cyberbullying or flat out insulting her. I don't agree with that. I don't get behind that at all. But she has deserved backlash, and she had deserved backlash back then, and she just doesn't feel like she has.
I'm finally hurt, and it's like I almost want to say like, you guys won. You guys have won.
Drama queen.
I have saved a lot of money
No, you have not.
from doing YouTube. I have saved it because there was a moment where I thought I was going to get weight loss surgery. Maybe one day I want to buy a house and, you know.
You can't. Your credit is shot, and you admitted that in the same year.
Now I just feel like maybe the universe was having me save it because maybe one day I should leave YouTube.
Well, and now, I mean, earlier this year, 2023, you told us that you don't even have the 23,000, and that amount kept changing. The 23,000 it takes to get weight loss surgery, you know? So, what is it? Are you saving money, or do you not have any savings?
Maybe my whole path was like drawn out for me and I should actually leave YouTube.
Well, your time on YouTube is definitely limited.
Find something else better to do.
What? Like what?
And it's like, I don't want to do that because YouTube
Because you know your options are so limited, it's not even funny.
is something that works for me.
Yeah, because you get to sit where she's, by the way, sitting right now on her pillow mountain, which was a mattress on the ground because she would break any bed frame. And she was sitting there with her legs spread apart. And she would also sleep that way.
You guys know I'm morbidly obese, and it's like I'm so grateful that I found something to where I can
Eat myself to death and still get paid.
express myself and, you know, create content and
Create content by lying about being on a weight loss journey, being really interested in saving your life and losing weight while stuffing your face all day long and continuously gaining weight. That cannot make sense in her head. That would continue forever and ever, that people would keep watching her talk about weight loss, but she's gaining in the meantime, you know?
show my life as someone this size and with
Glorifying obesity. Here we go again.
my binging and my bipolar and like just everything that I am. All
All the mental disorders and eating disorder. I get it.
I'll being able to make money and
Monetizing those things, and it's now not flying anymore.
it's been a blessing in disguise, but
Until they changed the terms of service in 2023.
there's also been so much like it's like I don't want to go into grave detail, but like I'm physically in pain
That I buy.
because like my chest and my heart hurt. And I just don't know what to do anymore. Like,
It's not from the cyberbullying though. It's from the weight you're at.
don't want to leave YouTube.
Of course not. If I made 10,000 plus a month, I wouldn't leave it either. But I would have never made it to that point because I would never be able to lie this much, troll, manipulate, deceive people, and be able to sleep at night and continue doing the same thing for years.
But it's like, I feel like I have to.
She never did. We're just watching this for amusement.
Because, like, everything I do is wrong.
No, not everything, but most of the things you decide are just for views, and they infuriate people.
Like, a lot of people tell me, if you can't accept criticism, get off of YouTube. I believe that 100%. But like I try to explain to people, example of criticism is, you need to lose weight, you're going to die, we worry about you. And then maybe like an example of like food I can eat, exercise examples, you know, that's like criticism.
No, that's suggestions. That's helpful suggestions.
You're a whale, you're a pig, you're gross, die. You're disgusting, you smell, you look disgusting, you're just a disgusting...
Those are hate comments and insults.
Species, you shouldn't even be alive, like, why are you born? I wish you would have been aborted. How can I survive that? You know?
By maybe questioning yourself why so many people feel the need to express hate towards you.
And
because there are people like me out there that say, okay, this is why you're getting so much hate, because you lied here, you lied there, you gained weight while saying I'm losing, you know, and stuff like that. I point it out rationally, but there are people that either don't have the patience with you or just don't have the vocabulary to express it, or they're not even aware of the fact that they hate you. They just type these hate comments just to express their disgust with what you stand for. And while I don't agree with it, it's their way of saying stop what you're doing and change.
I get a lot of people also telling me, you know, take a break from YouTube for your mental health. Take a break from YouTube for your own sanity.
Yeah, I always agreed with that, because she has wrecked her life just running every decision through the filter, is this gonna get me views on YouTube or not? And this is also why I stand behind the fact that she should not be on YouTube monetizing and exploiting her weight gain, her mental and emotional disorders.
And it's like, I always told myself, no, because there are other people working out there who can't just take a break for their mental health. And I didn't want to take a break for my mental health because...
You should have, then maybe you wouldn't have wrecked your life more after this video.
I wanted to feel like I had a priority, and my priority was YouTube.
We were just greedy for the money.
But it's like, I feel like it's gotten so bad recently that I care about myself enough to go away.
That I could have respected. I would have totally respected that. But we all know it didn't happen. She just did this for clickbait.
And, you know, a lot of people can say, turn off the comments, because people have told me to do that before. But when I turn off the comments, other people upload my full videos on other channels.
Because they wanted to be able to phrase their opinion. And when they can't do it on your channel, they're gonna do it on other channels.
Just so they can comment and have, like, a platform to say mean and horrible things about.
Not necessarily. They're also the ones that want to just state their opinion. Might not be hateful comments.
Me. And it's like, First of all, that's copyright.
You mean copyright infringement? And at the time, she was on YouTube for almost 6 years already, and she should have known that term, but she doesn't care.
Secondly, that's my video, so you shouldn't get to upload on your channel.
I don't agree with that either. You know, the channels that just re-upload her content, I'm completely against that.
And I just think it's wrong. And it hurts that I don't get as many views if my comments are turned off.
Yeah, but that's part of the game, you know.
If my comments are ever turned off, it's because, like, my mental health is rotten. Like, I literally just need a moment where people aren't attacking me, and it's like...
You could also not read the comments.
People get upset at that, you know. It's no matter what I do, no matter literally what I do.
See, this is the same problem that with what she did a few vlogs ago, or not the last one, the second last. She doesn't know what she wants out of life. She just wants to sit on her ass and not work and not put any effort into life at all, and also not work on her personality and be in any kind of way likable. And so she's sitting there not knowing what to do with her life. And so she says, no matter what I do, I get hate for it. That is because she has a lot of different people in her audience. If she said, this is what I do and this is me, and I'm just, you know, going down this line, like it or not, this is me, it would be authentic. It would be believable and relatable. No matter what she does, even if she eats herself to death, it's her life, it's her right to say, I'm going to end this life, I'm just not going to do it fast, I'm going to do it slowly. Doing what I like, and that is stuffing my face, or I have no other way of dealing with life, and so this is how I'm going to go. If she did that, it would be fine. But she's getting hate for that, and then she can't say, well, I'm getting hate no matter what I do. Yeah, because there are so many people out here that have different opinions. What she is lacking is her backbone, where she says, this is me, this is actually me, and not trying to talk about personality traits she doesn't have, or saying I'm a good person when we know that she is not. I mean, she's not completely evil. I'm not saying that either, but she's predominantly a bad person for the things that she has done and not owning up to them, or when she did, later on denying them again. And so I'm thinking if she actually knew what to do with her life, she wouldn't put so much value on what the reaction to her words and actions are. And if she wasn't so obsessed with herself at the same time, then she wouldn't Google herself all the time and wouldn't find out all the things that people are saying about her. And so, with as often as she said over the years that she's not reading the comments, now she's saying if I turn off the comments, then I'm not going to get as many views as I would with the comments turned on. I totally get that, but nobody's forcing her to read the comments. Plus, at that time, she also could have afforded to hire people to clean out that comment section, you know, to delete all the hate. But she didn't do it.
I'm gonna be attacked, you know, and it's like, I asked for a second chance years ago, you know, and it's like people can't get over what happened years ago, and they keep holding on to what happened years ago.
Not all of them, though. Some people are forgiving, but you're not. See, you're putting everybody in one pot, and you say people, or the reaction channels, or my viewers. They're not all the same. There are people that support you, others hate you. There are ones that want you to lose weight, others don't want you to lose weight. They want you to continue being a train wreck. And then they're the ones that warn you, if you lost as much weight as you have to, your skin is going to be a nightmare. And so there are so many people with so many different opinions. The real problem is sitting in front of us, and that is her not knowing what she wants to do with her life. She just wants to get a lot of money for I don't know what. I can't even tell, because I don't know if she just wants to eat herself to death, or if she's constantly gaining weight because she's afraid that when, like she said a couple of videos ago, that if she loses weight, she's gonna lose her viewers, you know?
Yeah, I see other YouTubers who have done horrible things that I can't even like put into words. I literally cannot put into words. And they still have love and support.
I don't know why she's comparing herself with others, because she has been really mean, or at that point already she had been really mean to her audience.
And I'm just like so confused why there's such a double standard. And it's like,
It's because she always looks around, on the outside. She's trying to find reasons on the outside. If she had integrity, if she knew what she wanted to do with her life and actually stuck to it, she wouldn't have to search for validation outside of her.
I literally feel defeated. Like I no longer know what to do. I feel completely at an utter loss for words. The comments have almost made me feel like I'm not a person.
That's how you act on your channel, though.
I know that sounds crazy, but like
Like an empty shell that is saying words that have no meaning. Like there are no emotions coming across except for her bitterness and negativity.
comments have made me feel like I am not worthy of love or kindness or
Not with the way you are acting, were acting at the time and are acting now. I don't think so. I know that's rough to say, but I think the times of coddling her are over, because people kind of prove that when she gets coddled, she only makes worse mistakes and gets worse.
respect that I'm not worthy of living. And it's a scary thought. And like I can't do this right now. I don't want to do this right now.
And the drama queen could have just said, hey, I'm going to take a break. I don't know when I'm going to be back. But no, she had to clickbait it and monetize it, leaving YouTube. And so, yeah, she could have just been realistic, like, this is getting to me. I don't know where I'm going to take this channel from now on. I'll be back. But she didn't do that.
I need to work on my mental. I need to work on myself. I need to work on my physical. I need to lose weight.
I need to work on my mental and on my physical. She is so dense.
And it's like, I can't do all those things when people are telling me to die. When people are telling me I'm a whale, I'm gross, look at her knuckles. It's like, making fun of someone's appearance is not okay.
You don't get to tell people what is okay and what is not.
It's never okay. It's
You don't get to tell people that.
never justified. Making fun of someone's health, whether it's physical, mental.
Well, you are, let's just face facts here, you are exploiting, still up to this day, that's why I'm saying it like that, your mental and physical health and your issues with losing weight. You're exploiting and monetizing that. You're pocketing the money, and then you don't want for anybody to say anything about it. This is not how life works.
Or like, whatever it may be, it's not okay to make fun of someone like that. And it's like,
Oh, so you just get to be the horrid person that you had been portraying up to this point and have been for the past 4 years, and nobody's supposed to say anything. Okay.
somehow, some way, my comment section and the people in the comment section have made themselves a little space to where everyone in it thinks it's okay and thinks it's allowed. And I can't stand up for myself.
You could in your videos, but all you do and did was address your haters, you know? and you don't have a backbone. You don't know what you want out of life, and that's why you get so bitter. And you cannot take any criticism because you don't stand behind what you portray on your channel.
Because when I stand up for myself, I get attacked.
You get attacked no matter what, and I'm saying not just her, everybody, you know. They could get attacked for anything, but it's a matter of whether or not you let that get to you or not.
I have to let people treat me like this every single day.
Well, you kind of elicited the hate a little bit, don't you think?
And that's my job.
No, you don't have a job. Up to this day you don't.
I get paid to pretty much be spit on.
No. No. YouTube paid you for the views you got, for the people that watched your videos. That's what you got paid for. What you're doing with that is not up to YouTube, that's up to you, and you are obviously, and still up to this day, are making mistakes.
And punched on, slapped in the face, stabbed in the heart every single day. Like, that's literally how it feels. Like,
that's probably why, with that attitude, that's probably why you think it's okay to still shit on your audience on a daily basis.
I don't know what to do. I sit here and I think of the pros and cons of YouTube, and I know a lot of people are like, why don't you focus on the love? Why don't you focus on, you know, people who love and support you? And it's like, where are those people? You know, it's such a, like, a sad, like, thing, but it's like, where are those people?
That was part of the reason why she made that video, because as a result, like not even 24 hours later, she came back and she thanked everybody for their loving messages and their kindness and their support, and that's why she came back. And she had done that several times on her channel, and so it was just the same old, same old. But she was just fishing for kindness and for positivity in that video, and she could have just said it, but no, she had to clickbait it with the title, Leaving YouTube.
You know, I've been told, hi, like, I really love you, but, like, every time I leave a positive comment, I get attacked in the comments by haters. Like, how is that okay? Like, people should be able to love and support who they want, and it's like, my comments are literally, like, poison.
Yeah, because they're reflecting. Again, I don't want to say it again and again. I don't agree with the insults and the bullying. I don't agree with that. But criticism is absolutely okay. And I'm not sure why people got attacked that supported her. I don't know the background to that. But I think that if she had paid more attention, or if she did now, paid more attention to what she portrays on her channel, then the kind of people she attracts would change too.
Almost like poison ivy. Like, the minute you read a negative comment in a rumor, you get the poison ivy, and then you start spreading the rumor, and it's just like goes off into webs, and it's just like,
that's her being delusional again.
The biggest and craziest thing for me is, like, rumors. They've affected my whole, like, YouTube career.
What she calls rumors is when she tells lies on her channel, then people find evidence that she did lie, and when then you do a comparison, like what she said and what actually happened, then she calls it rumors, spreading rumors.
Rumors that aren't real, that people have formed.
No, it's reality that seems like a rumor to you, because you don't identify with it, with reality, because you are detached from reality. And so when you say, for example, on your channel that you are a good person, and then there's a reaction channel that says she is not a good person, and here's why, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know? And then she calls it rumors, and it's not, because it's based on facts. One does not even have to make up anything about her. The proof for her not being a good person is on her channel.
Tried to make real, and other people believe them.
That's the part that bothers her, that people might believe when there's a documentation, you know, like a direct comparison between what she said before, what she says now. You know, she hates that.
Has been
that is the nightmare of any sociopath and narcissist.
One of the hardest, besides the bullying, things about being a YouTuber is...
She could just say about being myself and not being a YouTuber, because I think it's pretty safe to say now that with her personality, you can't compare her to any other YouTubers, except for maybe Chantal, but she has different issues going on.
That, and like people think I'm constantly lying about things that I'm not.
But you are constantly lying, and you're still lying up to this day.
It's like... there's just nothing I can do. There's literally nothing more I can do.
Because you tried to deceive the masses and it didn't work anymore. And then you just pretended to give up to, I don't know, get more views via the title, leaving YouTube.
I have opened up my life. I have shared my life. I have been raw. I've been honest.
No. She lied about jobs she had. She lied about the amount of hours she worked. She lied about the relationships she was in. She tried to glorify them, even though later on we found out that they were not all that, perfect. And she tried to portray something she was not, that came off unauthentic. And so she got like the label of a liar, and then she kept reaffirming that label.
And I've been here. I have been here. I have days where I didn't even want to breathe.
That's probably because of the weight, on your frame.
I've been on this channel. I have filmed, I've edited, I have uploaded, and I have been here.
But so many times you must have been sitting there thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna click on that one, and I'm gonna laugh all the way to the bank. And then you started paying for it by your reputation being completely ruined and your credibility.
None of it matters.
It did, though. You made a lot of money.
It's like...
But you can't have your cake and eat it too. Either you want to be a troll, a manipulator, a liar, and a deceptive person, and pocket the money, but then don't be surprised when you get hate for it.
When I started YouTube, I was like, this is the best decision I've ever made in my life. And now I feel like it's the worst decision I've ever made in my life. It has completely ruined my life in ways that I never thought was possible. And I understand, like I said in the beginning of this, like a big portion of it, I wouldn't say a big, but there is a chunk of it that is my fault, because like can't stick to a diet. I've had mistakes in the past, but it's like I don't know if I deserve the actual like hardcore, vile and cruel comments. Maybe I do deserve them. Maybe I am a horrible person.
Yes.
Maybe.
And it just it doesn't stop. It's not just the lies she tells on her channel, but it's how frequently she clickbaits with stuff. And it's like, what she doesn't get is this: somebody sees the title and says, "Ooh, I'm interested in watching that." And then you see that either, when she talks about a weigh-in, for example, she doesn't mention it until very late in the video, because she wants for everybody to watch the entire video, which in my case, when I was still watching her videos on her channel, I would just automatically go towards the third quarter of the video, because I knew she wouldn't talk about what she put in the title until the end of the video, for example, or clickbaiting something that didn't happen in the title at all. And what she doesn't get is that when somebody sees the title, clicks on the video in hopes of hearing her talk about something, or in hopes of seeing something, and then she doesn't deliver, you can fool people only a certain amount of time before they think, oh my gosh, he's trying to fool me every single time. What a bitch. And if I had known the content of the video prior to clicking on it, I wouldn't have clicked on it. Because she's just deceiving people like that, and she still does it up to this day in almost every video. And so even if she never told a lie in any of her videos, it's just the clickbaiting and the trolling via her titles, her video titles, that I believe she has deserved hate for, or at least backlash.
Yeah, I was in foster care because my parents didn't love me and I wasn't wanted. Maybe it's true. Maybe I'm disgusting, and maybe one day I am gonna die live on a live stream of me having a heart attack. Maybe it is gonna happen. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe I don't deserve Becky friends.
You never did. You absolutely didn't. And the fact that you're sitting there as fat as you were at the time, and you were treating her like dirt, and when she was on antidepressants and she looked like a zombie to us, you still affirmed that she's okay to drive, which she wasn't, because she almost caused 2 accidents on camera. You wouldn't even cut it out. You left it in. That is still on your channel up to this date. And so you trying to play the victim here while you were treating your girlfriend like shit is unbelievable. And no, you had never deserved anybody like Becky. But we all attract into our lives the experiences that we need to develop in a certain way. And Becky apparently needed a monster like you in her life to realize, I need to be more careful with who I get involved with. And we couldn't help her. We were helpless out here when she was zombified by those antidepressants that she was on. And still she had to be Amber's slave. That was a joke. And so no, Amber, you had never deserved Becky.
Family. Maybe I do deserve to be left alone.
Yes, like you are now. And you shouldn't have anybody else in your life. Maybe a caretaker. Throw a little bit of money at them. Have them do your chores. Stop lying about doing them on your channel. And, try to improve and fix or get treatment for your mental disorders and eating disorder without throwing yourself into the next disaster of a relationship.
I don't know. I just, you read something so much and you almost start to believe it. And
yeah, but that's only if you don't have a backbone, if you don't know who you are, which you frequently admit. You don't know yourself, you don't know what you want out of life, and that is your problem. And maybe you shouldn't have gotten on YouTube with that mindset that you don't even know what you want yourself, and you just want to do on your channel what gets you the most views, and people get kind of lost that way,
I'm just really hurting, and I just need to take a step back. And
that's all she needed to say. But leaving YouTube was completely drama queen, clickbait behavior on her part.
I cannot take a step back while filming, uploading. I can't do it. I need to take a break. I need to take the advice that I have been given, and I need to do this for me. And
See, I almost want to agree with her, but she never did. She was back the next day.
I'm scared to take a break because I don't want to become irrelevant. I don't
That's always her biggest problem. She thinks she's going to become irrelevant when she doesn't post on a very regular basis.
want any of that. Like, I don't want people to forget about me, but it's like I want the wrong people to forget about me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you always wanted the haters gone or the critics, because you can't deal with critics because you don't know what you stand for. You don't even know what you portray.
Like, I don't want my supporters to think I'm deserting them or something, because like I'm not. I can't feel this way anymore.
And you'd think with a little realization and self-awareness like this, she would have changed. But no.
I feel like if one more bad thing happens, if I read one more comment, I'm gonna lose my sanity, I feel like.
Yeah, that was like an invitation to the haters.
Because it has become so much. It has become so painful. I used to be strong and I feel like I've just become weak.
No, you were always weak, and it showed when Mr. Snowflake documented your statements on Ask FM and Facebook from years ago on his channel Under the Hood. You know, always taking the easy way out. That one of the main things that gets me about her. Always taking the easy way out, never taking responsibility for words or actions. Um, Always being lazy, always coming up with excuses for being lazy. And gosh, guys, you know, don't feel like I'm talking to you guys. Like a lot of us, you know, have a lot to deal with, and so, you know, be kind to yourself and pay attention to your mental health, and take mental health days. I do that once in a while. You know, and just be kind to yourself. But what she does, and this is what I'm commenting on in my videos, what she does is constantly being way too kind to herself. She's going way too easy on herself. She does not challenge herself in any kind of way. She has no pride. She does not acquire any more skills or knowledge. She's just on a standstill when it comes to everything else, like maybe teenage age, I want to say. And at the same time, she's growing that body because she doesn't deal with any emotions that are coming up. She's basically emotionless because every time anything comes up, including boredom, she just stuffs her face. And that is what I'm commenting on. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I recently got a comment, I think it was yesterday, about how somebody said to me how it helped them to hear my comments on Amber, you know, basically to kick themselves in the butt and to get going or something. I appreciate that, but at the same time, I do not want to come off as somebody that is like bam, 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 like judging everybody. I don't do that. This is a unique thing. I'm on YouTube here on a channel that I have dedicated. Oops, my wash machine is done. That I've dedicated to doing reactions to Amber because I feel she hurts way too many people out here. And so my aim is not to hurt any of you out there or to feel like you are not good enough. That is not my aim at all.
Maybe YouTube just isn't for me anymore.
I wish that had been the truth.
I don't know. I'm really tired of hurting.
Yeah, and so she just turned it off. That was it. No goodbye, which made me think too, like, if that had been her goodbye from YouTube and she actually meant it, she would have, had like a fireworks of catchphrases, like, to pull at the heartstrings of her audience. But she didn't. She just turned it off. And not even 24 hours later, she was back. And oh my gosh, I'm almost at an hour. And so I flapped enough in this video. I'm going to cut this off. Let me know what you think. Do you see the similarities too? She's still blaming everybody else but herself. And so yeah, let's see what she does next. Thank you for listening to this. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.